Tyler Perry isn't just making headlines right now, he's at the center of a growing legal storm that could carry nine-figure consequences and potentially reshape how one of Hollywood's most powerful independent empires is viewed. One of the industry's most successful creators is now facing multiple lawsuits that, when combined, exceed $300 million in claims. And when your net worth is estimated at around $1.4 billion, that kind of legal exposure doesn't stay in the background, it becomes a very real, very high-stakes problem almost immediately, and what makes this situation even more serious is that it isn't coming from just one direction. There are now multiple separate allegations, multiple plaintiffs, and multiple legal fronts developing at the same time, but here's what's unfolding so far. A second lawsuit has recently been filed against Tyler Perry. According to court documents, actor Mario Rodriguez is seeking $77 million in damages, alleging that the filmmaker engaged in inappropriate personal behavior while allegedly offering future acting opportunities in return. Rodriguez is not a completely unknown name in Perry's world. He previously appeared in the 2016 film Boo! A Madea Halloween, where he played a small role. According to his claims, his introduction to Perry came indirectly through a fitness trainer who allegedly told him that Perry wanted to meet him personally. Rodriguez says that after that initial connection, a phone call took place, which eventually led to him being cast in the film. On the surface, it looked like a standard industry opportunity, an emerging actor getting a chance to work with one of Hollywood's most influential creators. But according to the lawsuit, what followed later turned into something far more serious and troubling. The complaint alleges that during private interactions, boundaries were crossed. Rodriguez claims that in 2018, Perry made unwanted physical contact, and that he had to physically struggle to get away from the situation. The lawsuit further alleges that Perry told him, "Let it happen," and suggested that he would take care of him financially and personally if they were together. These are serious allegations, and they sit at the core of the $77 million claim. Rodriguez also states that after the incident, Perry later apologized and gave him $5,000, which he presents as part of the broader context of the situation. But while this case alone is significant, it is not the only legal challenge now facing Tyler Perry. There is a second, much larger lawsuit that has also entered the picture. Actor Derek Dixon, who worked on Perry's television series The Oval, has filed his own lawsuit accusing Tyler Perry of serious misconduct and workplace harassment. Unlike the first case, this one is tied directly to a major ongoing production within Perry's studio system, making the stakes even more complex from a business standpoint. Dixon is seeking $260 million in damages, a figure that immediately escalates the overall exposure tied to these combined legal claims. His case is currently moving through federal court in Georgia, the same state where Tyler Perry Studios operates as one of the largest production hubs in the entertainment industry. At this point, when both lawsuits are added together, Tyler Perry is facing more than $300 million in total legal claims. That number alone is enough to draw attention across Hollywood, the legal world, and the entertainment business at large. But the financial figure is only part of the story, because in situations like this, the direct damages being claimed in court are only one layer of potential impact. The broader consequences often extend much further into legal fees, time costs, production disruptions, contract complications, insurance battles, and long-term brand reputation effects. And Tyler Perry is not just a filmmaker or actor. He is an entire business ecosystem. His empire spans television production, film studios, real estate, and a massive content pipeline built around Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. That studio alone has become one of the most influential production hubs in the United States, attracting major projects and helping redefine Atlanta as a global center for film and television production. So when legal pressure hits someone like this, it doesn't just affect one project or one role. It has the potential to affect scheduling, partnerships, investor confidence, and even future deals. Perry's legal team has strongly denied both lawsuits, characterizing the allegations as baseless and financially motivated. They argue that the claims do not reflect reality and have pushed back firmly against the accusations made in both cases. However, even with those denials, the legal process itself doesn't stop the financial and reputational pressure from building. High-profile lawsuits often take years to fully resolve, and during that time, both sides typically face significant legal expenses, public scrutiny, and ongoing media attention, and that attention can be just as impactful as the courtroom itself, because in Hollywood, perception is often tied directly to opportunity. Studios, networks, and partners tend to become more cautious when major legal disputes are ongoing, even before any final judgment is reached. That caution alone can influence deals, negotiations, and long-term planning. For someone like Tyler Perry, whose brand is deeply connected to his creative control and public image as an independent powerhouse, that kind of pressure becomes especially sensitive. His entire career has been built on ownership, independence, and direct control over his productions. From his early stage plays to his film empire and now his massive studio complex, Perry has positioned himself as one of the few creators in Hollywood who built a billion-dollar system outside the traditional studio structure. That is exactly why these lawsuits matter beyond just the courtroom, because when your name is your brand, and your brand is your business, any legal challenge becomes both a financial and reputational test at the same time. And as this situation continues to develop, there are still many unanswered questions. How these cases proceed in court, what evidence is presented, and whether any settlements occur will all play a major role in shaping the final outcome. For now, though, one thing is already clear: Tyler Perry isn't just defending himself against legal claims, he's navigating a multi-layered battle that involves hundreds of millions of dollars, a global entertainment empire, and a legacy that has taken decades to build. And in Hollywood, battles like this don't just play out in court documents, they play out in public perception, industry trust, and the long-term future of a brand that has become far bigger than any single project. So while the courts continue to decide what is proven, what is dismissed, and what remains unresolved, the pressure surrounding Tyler Perry's empire is already very real, and it's not going away anytime soon.